Step 4 living is not being affected by conditions because I've practiced my alignment so powerfully.
Abraham, I've been working diligently on that exactly. That, I mean, your words couldn't have been any better. On no matter what. I mean, obviously we got the new word of wobbleless today.
But let's break this down. I'm loving this, and there isn't a no matter what there. Because this, I love that. I love that unconditionally. That's easy for me to love. There's no matter what. So there's no wobble introduced into it. The minute there's a no matter what that you're introducing into it, there's a potential for a wobble. Okay. But if you're loving that and you're just loving that and there is no matter what, and why? Because it was easy. For Esther, it's easy. She just focuses on one of her grandchildren. No wobble. She focuses on the treehouse. No wobble. Well, there is a wobble in the treehouse. It's 30 feet tall and the wobble's little. No wobble in the treehouse. No wobble. It was fun to dream it. It was fun to build it. It's fun to be in it. It's fun to smell it. It's fun to think about it. It's fun. It's fun. Everything about that treehouse is wobble-free. Now, much of the world would say, well, aren't there more important things for Esther to think about? Yeah. But if she starts with something that's wobble-free, when the more important things come, she'll still be wobble-free. But if she starts with something that's important, that wobbles, then she doesn't have that leverage of that energy that creates worlds, you see. So why do you think, what do you think is the reason that sometimes you think about things that don't feel good when you think about them? They snuck up on you.
Yeah.
They snuck up on you. You didn't see him coming.
Yeah.
Why do you think you didn't see him coming? You didn't care enough about being wobble-free. Wobble-free hasn't been in your plans before. Being smart was in your plans. Being balanced was in your plans. Justifying your existence was in your plan. Being defensive was in your plan. Explaining yourself to somebody else was in your plan. Being the best at something was in your plan. In other words, you've had a whole lot of things that have been your higher priority. Wobble-free, you just picked up that today, mostly. Being in alignment is, you've been talking about it. You say, I love to love. I want to find somebody to love. I love the feeling of love. I want to lead with my heart. You've been saying those things. But until you've shown yourself that you're doing it. And here's the most important thing. How are you going to know you're doing it if you don't sometimes catch yourself not doing it? And so isn't the catching yourself not doing it as important and as lovely as the catching yourself do it? Don't you just love your guidance system? Don't you? Isn't it a wonderful thing that the source within you is right there with you? Isn't it wonderful that the source within you has an opinion about that and that and that and that and that and that? And the source within you has got all the wobble out of its opinion. And when you put wobble in it, you don't feel so good. Try it. Pick out somebody and hate them this afternoon and feel how rotten it feels.
Can't do it.
Feel the big void within you. And then find somebody who's easy to love and just focus on them. And feel the difference. Feel that your power and your alignment are the same thing. Your clarity and your alignment are the same thing. Just make it easier on yourself. Esther said to someone the other day, had a big party at the property after the San Antonio workshop. Lots of people. And someone was there that she hadn't seen in a long, long time. And when he walked up to her, he picked up the conversation right where it had been many, many years before and said, how'd that such and such work out? And Esther just put a big smile on her face and she said, oh, I'm completely wobble-free on that topic now. And he said, and she said, and I like being wobble-free on that topic right now. And he said, and Esther said, wobble-free is my favorite thing about anything. Wobble-free is the way I want to be. I know, but I just wanted to ask you, I so love being wobble-free. What she was saying to this person is, I'll talk to you about a lot of things, but that isn't one of them. Because that's still wobbling within you. And if we get going here, it's going to be wobbling within me, and there is nothing in all the universe important enough for me to wobble on. Nothing matters enough to wobble. I'm not giving up my alignment for anything ever again. I'm not going to give it up deliberately. Oh, I might do it while I'm practicing my way into wobble freeness. But I'm not going to go there for the sake of an old subject or for the sake of an old interest or for the sake of walking down memory lane. I'm not going to dig up old stuff just to see if it still stinks. So it's fun being in the world because there are a lot of people around you who keep reflecting back to you the whole of what your vibration is. And you want that. We watch you. Sometimes you'll say, oh, Abraham, I'm so loving this and my life is going so much better. But those people at work are so negative. And we want you to realize instead that everyone in your life is reflecting back to you some of what you've got going on vibrationally. And that when they reflect it to you, it's so beneficial. Because in the reflection, you'll get the emotional hit and you'll be able to know right here and now, is this something that I want to continue to perpetuate, or is this something that I would like to turn my attention from? And little by little by little by little by little, but faster than you've ever experienced motion forward in your life experience, you are eliminating beliefs that aren't serving you, one awareness of one wobble at a time. If you'll start in the morning, and first day Esther didn't make it till breakfast before she was wobbling all over the place. The second day was about the same. By the third day, she had a handle on what subjects caused her to wobble and what subjects left her feeling good. And then on about the fourth or fifth day of just giving this a little bit of attention in the morning, she began to notice that in the absence of the wobble, the momentum of the good feeling thoughts got strong enough that they started producing noticeable manifestations. Noticeable manifestations. It's like the universe saying, here, this is the response to what you did today. This is the response to your morning work. This is the response to your morning work. Don't you love that? Don't you want to create an atmosphere and make it responsible for everything that comes to you in that day? Can you imagine walking through the day, having set it up first thing in the morning and watching the universe say, yep, here's a piece, here's a piece, here's a piece, here's a piece, here's another piece. You begin to feel so blessed and so worthy and so powerful and so clear-minded. And don't worry, you're not choosing alignment instead of momentum. You're just choosing it first. You don't want momentum without alignment. And now you know what to do. Yeah?
Yes. Thank you. I have one last thing.
Yes.
May I please take a picture with you?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
This is a selfie with your total self. Yeah. You're going to get letters from Esther saying, what have you done to me? What have you done? Do you see how undeniable she was? Do you see how, even though Esther had made up her mind that something like that was never going to happen? Because her old belief is you start something and then it goes on and on and on, and pretty soon you're overwhelmed with it. Do you see how Esther could not put enough resistance in the path because the vibration of allowance was so strong? You see? See how new experiences are happening every day at every level of your being?